Good morning, my friends. I hope you're beginning to get a sense of the power of interbeing as a concept, a simple idea that can change the way that we look at our lives. It might be one of the most precious insights that I've gained on my journey along a spiritual path. And my first reaction was, well, yes, of course. This coffee could not be here without this cup to hold it. The tangerine that I'm eating is me and becomes me. As Ty says in his wonderful book, The Miracle of Mindfulness, interbeing is a deep and life-changing understanding and awareness, revealing to us that wherever we are standing or sitting, everything around us and within us and behind us and before us are part and parcel of one single flow of life and the qualities we bring to living it. I want to take these next few meditations and deepen the understanding of interbeing, and hopefully to deepen the experience of it within your own heart and your own perceptions. It goes far beyond an intellectual understanding that, yes, I can't drink coffee without a cup. So let us be seated. Allowing yourself again to recognize that you and the seat on which you are seated are in a relationship of interbeing. Just as you are with the food that you've eaten recently, with the air that you breathe, with the smells or sounds in the room or outside of the room. All of these things are flowing in one flowing movement into your reality right now. There's something I used to hear people speak about as a kind of conundrum. If a tree falls in the woods and there's no one there to hear it, does it make a sound? Okay, so consider that through the lens of interbeing. And the answer might be, of course not. If there's no ear, there's no sound. Because sound cannot exist without something to hear it. Do you see how interbeing can shift our understanding of the flow of our universe and our part in it? In many ways, the idea of interbeing and the vision to see it through mindfulness has given me insight into things that used to seem like conundrums, and now they seem very simple, like that old mind-stumping question about the tree and falling and sound. Something has to be there to hear it in order for there to be sound. Is that true? Reflect on that for a few moments. And if it is, why is it true to you? And if it isn't, why is that true for you? Ty often gives this example of a kitchen table to describe the nature of interbeing. I think it's one we can probably all identify with, so I'll share it here. When you walk by a kitchen table, most likely you see it, and you may say to yourself, this is the kitchen table. True enough. But if you remain mindful a moment longer, you might also remember the time that you or your partner put that table together. And if it came from IKEA, probably getting exasperated at yourself, the table, and your partner for not being able to follow those very simple IKEA instructions. If you've been there, you know what I mean. Then the thought may carry you to the image of some white-bearded carpenter wiping the sweat off his brows as they are carving out the legs of this kitchen table, or the machine that made those legs, absolutely perfect, as only a machine can do. Then you might imagine the oak that became your kitchen table, at a time when it was still a living tree, the sunlight and the lifetime it took for that tree to grow, the volume of rainwater that nurtured it, and all the birds that nested in its branches, all the bugs that gnawed at its roots, all the leaves it ever grew, and all the seasons it weathered before becoming your kitchen table. Then your breath brings you back into the present moment, and you find yourself standing in your kitchen again, looking at the kitchen table. But you know it's no longer your kitchen table at which you were looking. You were looking at yourself, your partner, your friends, your dining chairs, an aging carpenter, an oak tree, forest, birds, bugs, rainwater, the shipping truck that brought all of that lumber or that table to its next home. Ty would say, where the kitchen table used to be, suddenly you see the whole universe. He would say that this concept is called interbeing or interdependence, and it simply means that everything exists because of and in relation to everything else. Bring to mind something in your own home that you look at over and over as you go about an ordinary day, and bring it into your mind's eye. Perhaps it's the kitchen table, or something else. And allow yourself to remember where that table came from and how it got to be with you. Who has sat there? Who is involved in getting it right where it is right now? How does it provide a place for nourishment, food, and conversation? How might it have been damaged by human use over time? And if a time came when you could no longer use it as a table, what would you do with it? Would it continue in another person's life? Would it end up as firewood? You get the flow. Everything is definitely itself, but it's full of everything else. So as you go out today, take with you these ideas and these examples, and give yourself a few moments standing mindfully with something or someone that you know well. Mindfully notice everything you can about what your eyes are seeing, being aware that it is because of your eyes that you can see, your ears hear, and your mouth and nose breathe. What you are looking at is indeed a part of you. Allow your mind to journey as far as it can into how this person or this item came to be right in front of you, and all the things that exist inside of it because of it, and all the ways in which you have interacted over time. And quietly repeat to yourself inside, interbeing, interbeing, as you breathe and allow your eyes to take in what is before you in a mindful way that reveals to you how it is related to the universe and happens to be in your presence right now. We need to start simple, or at least I did. So find some places you can practice today, my friends. Mindfully notice, stop, wait, and reflect. Interbeing. Namaste. Amen.